Okay, so we have been going over physical and chemical properties and physical and chemical changes. Remember that physical changes are going to be things that the substance is still the same, you're just altering it slightly. So like tearing a piece of paper in half. It's still paper, it's just smaller. Another example would be melting ice. Ice is water. Water is water. It's still H2O in either case, whether it's a solid or a liquid. So physical changes do not change the substance. A chemical change is where something new is created, and normally it's going to happen in a chemical reaction. And you have those signs that tell you that it's happening, such as change in color, giving off heat, combustion, flammability, and rusting, things like that, where a new product is made. Now, on the next page in your notebook, we are going to do a graphic organizer about matter. So, let me get a color that's going to show up a little better for y'all. Okay, so we're going to do matter. There are states of matter, which is what we started with at the beginning. So, 3 states. Solid, liquid, and gas. And plasma. Can't forget that guy. Okay, now matter is going to be made up of has mass and volume, which means it takes up space. There are going to be 2 things that can happen with matter, and it's going to be comprised of and there's 2. Can be comprised of chemical properties and if it's not comprised of chemical properties, it is comprised of physical properties. And now we have covered all of this so far. The ones that we just added was going to be that it can undergo chemical changes mine's running out of room, and I'm going to go over here, physical changes. So those are the last things that we went over. Now, we're going to add 2 more things that we're going to learn about today. And that's going to be 2 properties. We're going to have intensive and extensive. Intensive does not depend on the amount. Extensive does depend on the amount. And on Google Classroom, you will actually have a paper that you can print that shows you what the differences between intensive and extensive properties are and the definitions of those words. If you have a printer, you will print it out and stick it on the back of this page or the next page. If you do not have a printer, you will have to copy the entire list down, okay? And if you do not know the definition of that word, you need to make sure that you do. So let me grab it real fast so you know what I'm talking about.
Can't breathe when nose is coming.
Okay, so on the next page, what you will have is this right here. Notice I did 2 per page. That's for the people in person. So you just need the top half or the bottom half. So intensive, and it tells you all the intensive properties, and then it tells you the extensive properties. So make sure that you write those down and make sure you know what they mean, okay? So you're going to put that on the next page in your note. If you have a printer, you can just print this and put it in.